Holy crap, it's day 12. That means it's September 1st. That means that our prompt for the day is gather, coming to you via the free prompt tabs at theuglyartclub.teachable.com. I actually grabbed the wrong tab to start with, so it says vintage, but it's gather, and I'm thankful that I realize it. But do you know what else it means if it's the 12th day of the challenge? If it's September 1st, it means that the doors are open to the Ugly Art Club. Can you even stand it? I can't stand it. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see all the new faces who will be joining the club, who will be making themselves at home with our already members, with us, the founders. Man, come on in. Let me know if you have any questions because I can answer them. The Ugly Art Club, it is $19 a month unless your grandfather didn't at that previous $13 a month price. You had to have been signed up in one of the previous open enrollments to get that. But it's $19 a month. That guarantees you access to at least 3 tutorials a month based on a theme. You get guest artist posts. I figured out the tab thing. You get guest artist posts, you get swag, you get digital things to download and use, you get this, you get that. Like it's amazing. It's worth it. It's worth its weight in gold. I mean, where else are you going to get 3 amazing mixed media artists who are sharing their love of art for only $19 a month, right? So let me know if you have any questions. Click the link in the description box to sign up. Yeah, I'll see you there. I'm so excited. Okay, anyways, back to my piece. So still, the word of the day is gather, which I really love gather. I love piling things up. I love gathering like items. I love gathering contrasting items and complementary items. So I started with a piece of vintage ledger paper that I've used previously. I cut some little scallops out. They're going to go on the left-hand side there, just about where they're positioned actually. And I have some of this rusted fabric. I've been using it too, like as a rag. Like I mopped up some excess paint with it earlier in the 2 weeks. I mopped up some Stabilo with it. So it also has some cool little black marks occasionally on it. But I tore myself a thin strip and then I cut that down smaller to gather and kind of pile it up and just have some little fibers and bits and pieces of goodness that go together. And I'm stapling it together. I know that in the end, I'm going to glue it down, but I want the glue to kind of bind around these staples on the underside. So I'm stapling it on the left and on the right. And I did trim the top piece so that it fit a little better. I'm just putting some little X's with my Tim Holtz tiny attacher. And then these are going to go right on top of the scallop. And then I have this gold thread that I used previously to wrap around the card. I'm gathering it to put it in a pile. What I'm doing now I call auditioning, and I'm figuring it out like exactly how I want my pile to lay or in what order I want to gather my supplies, whether it's card, paper, fibers, fabric, or card, paper, fabric, fibers. I don't know yet. I do kind of love how this looks a little bit like a messy bun, but then also the paper portion seems to be getting lost a little bit. Like I almost have a little bit too much thread. So I'm moving it around and seeing if pulling it down will help. And then I think, what if I just completely pile everything together and then it's sort of purposely hidden? And then I didn't love that either. So, lo and behold, what if I put my gathered fiber bits, in this case gold thread, underneath everything on top of the card? And I love it. It's so good. It's so perfect. It's like exactly what it needed. Little gathered pieces. And it's lovely and luscious. So I set that right there exactly where I like it. I've got my scallop. I'm getting out my Fabri-Fix. And I'm using Fabri-Fix for a specific reason. Now, I kind of go back and forth between different glues, but I always have a reason. In this case, I'm using Fabri-Fix because it's thick, it's gelatinous, it's gloopy, and it's going to like seep down through the fibers and towards the card, and it's going to glue everything together. It also takes just a minute to dry, so I have a quick second to rearrange things if I don't like how I'm putting them down. Then I decide that I do end up needing an X in the middle. I thought I'd be okay with 2, but I really need 3. And I'm still going to use the Fabri-Fix just like I thought in the beginning. I'm going to put it on the back of the staples and the fabric. And it's going to glue everything down nice and sturdy, nice and neat. It's going to be great. So if you like these tutorials that you've been seeing, by the way, I do not post tutorials like this very often on my YouTube channel. I reserve them for 2 things. Well, 3 things really. I reserve tutorials with artist thoughts and descriptions and processes for a workshop, number 1. Number 2, for the raw art brain access. And number 3, for the Ugly Art Club. So if you are interested in seeing more tutorials and you like my tutorials, consider signing up for the Ugly Art Club, because not only do you get mine, but you get 2 others every month as well. So for 19 bucks, it's 3 of us with insane, awesome mixed media tutorials and instruction. And it just helps you expand your knowledge, your art knowledge. And our guests, we always bring in are a new flavor compared to us also. So it's just a really great broad expanse of art techniques. And we look forward to having you. So here are some close-up shots. These are the free prompt tabs. Again, you can use these as many times as you want. So if you haven't signed up for these alone yet, get over to the uglyartclub.teachable.com to get them. Thanks, guys.